Hey, hi everybody. Hi, Julie.
Hi,
Hi,
Steve.
Levi.
Hi,
Good morning.
Levi.
Wow. Julie's all the way from Starbucks.
I'm at
Yeah.
Starbucks.
And you know what? We were talking just before the show that I had my Pepsi and I saw her coffee. I had to get some coffee.
There
I'm
you
trying
go.
something new. I'm trying to light up my background and not use the real green screen, just using a virtual background today. So far, I don't like it. So, anyway, how's Alaska treating you, Levi?
It's really hot here. Well, hot for us here today. And then, like, the mosquitoes are, like, mad huge this year. So that's a problem.
Can,
But,
you're in Fairbanks, Alaska. Can you describe hot?
yeah, it's like, hang on, let me check that here.
It gets up to 90 there sometimes
Right
in the
now it's
bottle.
58 degrees, and that's kind of warm for me. So
Oh,
68 degrees is hot.
58. 68 is hot for me, though. Yes. Anything over
Oh,
62, too hot.
wow.
Yeah.
You need to move to Ohio or maybe Wisconsin. Tiffany might be able to tell you a definition of hot too. Okay.
Oh, Michigan got plenty hot, too.
or
Oh
Arizona.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's
no.
from the south. He's from what town were you in? You weren't in Detroit. You were south of
I was like
Detroit, right?
Metro Detroit. Yeah, and like Clinton Township.
Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So we've got folks from all around the country today. Julie's visiting from Washington right now, but you live in Arizona.
Yeah, and
Um,
that's hot.
and yeah, and we've got Allison in Washington. We've got Tiffany in Wisconsin. I'm in Ohio, and Portia's in Southwest Oregon. And what a show! Levi's here for a reason. So, and it's also going to be combined with our special guest that's coming up too. But first, let's get some adoptable dogs here. Hi, Tiffany. You have a well, what I thought was a puppy. Turns out Nix is not a puppy, huh?
I cannot hear anything.
Uh-oh, that's not
Oh,
good. You say
I
something,
sent a
Julie.
message in the chat, but I have not been able to hear you guys.
Tiffany, can you hear us now?
So I don't know what you want me to do.
No.
Okay, Levi, can you type into the message and tell her to exit and come back? Because we heard her just fine before the show.
Got it.
Levi's sending her a message. So I think maybe what we'll do is give ourselves, because Allison's having camera problems, and now Tiffany's having a little bit of audio problem. And she's going to exit and come back. I'll take her down.
There we
Okay.
go.
And that usually fixes everything. Okay. And, but Allison's got help on the way and we'll go from there. So in the meantime, how about we introduce Porsha? Hi, Porsha.
Hi.
Hi,
Oh,
Portia.
good. You can hear us. We can hear you. Perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Uh,
you
We've
have
been
a,
practicing so
you've been practicing. Okay. Good, good,
with
good, good,
you
good, good.
on this.
Yeah. Yeah. So Portia's used to the platform, definitely. And I see Tiffany's back, but no camera. Can you hear us now? Okay. Oh, she left us again. All right. All
We'll
right.
figure it
What a
out.
show we have today.
That's right.
What a
We'll
day
wing
to
it.
not have a producer, right?
Right.
And there we're back. Okay. Can you hear us now,
I
Tiffany?
can hear everybody. Yes.
Perfect.
Yay.
All
That's
right.
usually the answer, but not always.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But and that's a lot of times you just exit and come back. So
Yeah.
I think since everybody met Portia, if you're okay with it, we're just going to leave you up here now. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go like this, and hopefully we can get a glimpse of Nix.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the camera on her right now.
Okay.
So
Yay!
there
How
There's
she
about
Nix
that?
peeping.
is.
Tiffany, I gotta give it to you. You're probably the first one ever that didn't exit the studio while trying to change cameras.
No. Love
True enough.
it. Next, can you
And
come
there's
here?
Nix.
Yeah, this
Well,
is
she
Nix
looks
Nix.
peeping.
very active. Oh,
Oh,
look at that
Oh.
tail! I
tail
heard the tail
wag.
thumping from.
Come
I heard the tail thump from
Oh,
here.
tail wag.
here.
Come here, Nix.
He wants
Come
to
here.
stay
Wow!
there. That's
She
okay.
does.
Yep, she's
Wow,
asking you no
boy!
thanks.
Okay.
I am definitely a sucker for badger face
I
dogs.
know,
I
me too.
love the badger
He's so
faces.
cute.
She
I want my
she looks
next one
so
to be
good.
gray badger.
Yeah, She
Oh.
looks
I
so
really want a gray
gentle.
one.
Ah.
She's real
Yeah.
gentle. Yeah, she's a sweetie.
Well, she
Wow. How
fooled
long
us
have you?
all. She fooled
Yeah.
us all.
How
We
long?
thought she was a puppy and a
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy.
Really.
there she is.
How long have you had her?
Only a week. Oh,
Okay.
so
And
she
you've got a
likes to.
dog that
Oh,
doesn't have a tail.
yeah, she's an Australian Shepherd,
Gotcha.
and they love playing together.
And she's only been there a week.
Only a week, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But she's settled in like a breeze with us. There's no fighting between the two of them. They just like clicked right away and they just enjoy each other's company so much.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll get two personalities like that just click like that.
Yeah.
Usually you don't, but sometimes you do. There's
Yeah.
always one in every crowd, and you got that
Wow.
one.
I definitely got lucky because these two have been so perfect and easygoing with each other. So
Okay. So
yeah.
what can you tell us about Nix? That's an interesting name, but she came with that name, right?
She came with that name. I don't know much. Do you just want to know about her personality or her background, or what are you wanting to know?
How about let's start from how did do you know how she came into rescue?
Um, Not quite. I was briefly told that maybe she was a stray and dumped from a farm somewhere in South Texas.
Okay.
I know she's had a litter of puppies.
Oh,
Yeah, so she's
okay.
been a mom already, and I guess all her puppies have been adopted already.
Good.
Oh,
And then
wow.
she came to me up to Wisconsin from Texas, so she had a big trip to get up here.
I bet. And
Yeah.
how was she when she got there? Was she happy to see you,
Oh,
or did?
she was definitely more on guard when she got here. She was very not open. She was very terrified. I live in an apartment, a big apartment, but I have stairs and an elevator here. And she was kind of very terrified at both when she got here. But she's been only a day that she wouldn't do that. And then she was going down the stairs and getting on the elevator just fine.
Wow.
Wow.
So she's definitely
Wow.
opened up and got settled in and more confident since she's been here.
Yeah. So she's the mom of the end litter. Molly just
Yeah.
said that her last puppy Newman just got adopted.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what someone told me the other day.
Right.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Molly, what a coincidence! You see, Molly and Tommy also live in an apartment,
Oh, really? Okay.
and they
Nice.
foster two dogs at once usually, and they are
Wow.
right now still.
Mhm.
So you're the second one that I know of that's got two giant breeds in an apartment. That doesn't look like any apartment I've ever seen. No, look at that! Look at that sliding
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, it's pretty
Holy
big.
crap! Look at that view.
It's bigger
Yeah.
Yeah.
than any apartment I lived in.
Right.
It's it's pretty nice, and I thought I had a good setup to foster a dog, so I was ready to do it.
Right. And
Now, the next thing you're going to try to tell me is that you got a fenced-in yard too, huh?
I don't have that, unfortunately, but
Okay.
we go on lots of walks. I've taken her to there's a dog beach around here in the area that I live in, and she loves water.
So you're close to Lake Michigan?
I am close to Lake Michigan, yeah.
uh,
Okay. Wow.
now tell everybody how big she is. I think there were so many misconceptions about Nix and
She looks little.
Yeah.
yeah.
So since I live in an apartment, they wanted me to kind of get one on the smaller side. So she is only 63 pounds.
Oh,
A
she's a
pocket
pocket
pier.
pier.
Yeah,
Right.
pocket pier.
I got one of those.
I didn't know they were called that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
And
have
you
one
didn't
too.
know you could put a Great Pyrenees in your back pocket and walk around?
I did not know that. No.
But a
Okay, so
hundred
now
percent
comes
pure.
the. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say 100% pure though, in just a littler package.
Yes, 100%.
Wow,
Yeah,
ain't
those are
that
the
something?
spiciest ones.
Mhm.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think,
Now,
Steve, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was going to say, that's also something if the viewers or people that are interested, that there are some of our dogs that are good for apartment living. And I think, that misconception sometimes about peers just having to be in, acres and acres and things like that. But there are some that have been hugely successful living in apartments as well.
Hmm. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, you said you walk her all the time. How does she do on a leash?
she's honestly so perfect. She walks, she does not pull. And she walks beautifully with my dog. So yeah, she's been a perfect foster, like a true angel.
Wow. And that was kind of a little bit unexpected, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Interesting.
On your walks, have you guys encountered passing or greeting either other people or other dogs yet?
Yes.
How does
I
that
would
go?
say she was a little timid, obviously, when she first got here, but I think she's gotten a lot of confidence with my dog.
Hmm.
So when we pass dogs, she's very, I think it depends on how they approach her, but if they're calm and they just walk up to her, she doesn't care. But if they're more
Good.
like wanting to like play hard and they come up a little bit more aggressively, then she kind of stands down a little bit and is more
Perfect.
shy. But
And that's okay.
yeah, but she's always been friendly towards them.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's real
That
sweet.
is excellent. Wow.
Yeah.
So she's not scared and on guard anymore.
No, no.
Cool. This is so
What
cool.
what would be
Yeah.
her perfect home, do you think, Tiffany, for
Yeah, what
an
would that
adopter?
look like?
I think definitely she thrives with companionship. So I
Definitely.
think personally, another dog in a home with her, she would really do well in. Um, she's honestly done so great in my apartment, so I can see her doing well there. But when I do take her outside, she loves just being outside too. So I can see her doing the whole pier thing and wanting to be on lots of acres too. But she could go either way.
Awesome. Okay. So she could also, it's possible to live in an apartment too with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Now, once again, that depends on the screener that's handling the adoption. Every dog's got is handled case by case. So I guess I got to ask, are you a new foster with the Great Pyrenees Rescue Society?
I am. This is my very first time fostering ever.
Okay. How did you even know about a rescue based out of Spring, Texas, way up in Wisconsin?
Well, so I actually had originally applied through a different rescue called Tag Rescue.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have heard of them, but I had applied through them and they do not accept fosters outside the state of Texas. So they actually referred me to GPRS.
Okay. Cool.
So that's how I
Awesome.
got hooked up with here.
Okay. And how's it going so far as a rescue in your first week working with this rescue?
I mean, I have nothing to compare it to. So, I mean, so far it's been good. People have been communicating. So I guess that's a win.
And that's always a good sign when they
Right.
communicate.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if
And
you can see the comments or not, but go ahead, Julie.
I was going to say, and Pyrenees too. I know for me, it was having prior fostering, for other dogs. It was a learning curve, learning about the breed and their characteristics and stuff. But
That's the fun part.
they're a
Okay.
joy, but
Now,
Hmm.
Heidi has a
definitely are
question.
different.
Heidi has a question, and she wants to know, how do we know if you have a pocket pier for adoption available? We are in our 70s and need a lighter weight. Our two are 140 pounds and 96 pounds, and is getting harder to take them to the vet, etc. Boy, I guess it would be. Well, Heidi, you're not alone. I'm in my 70s, okay, early 70s, but still young 70. And the rescues, we'll call them pocket piers, anything below 75 pounds. Okay. And how much does Nick's weigh, Heidi?
She's 63 pounds.
Oh,
I
she's
mean, Tiffany,
little.
sorry.
That's
Yeah, she
okay.
is little,
She's
63.
little. Yep.
And she's 3 years old too, isn't she?
Yep. 3 years.
So, yep, there won't be any more growing.
Yep. And that's better for their joints and their hips and everything anyway.
Yeah. And on the rescue site, there is the bios on the dogs. If you do have questions about a specific dog, or what you can do is reach out. There's a number or a link there, and ask questions. But once you work with the screener, they should be able to help you as well to steer you in the direction of a dog that meets your needs, your size, and your
And your
personality.
location too. Your location.
Right,
Yeah. And
right,
Molly is also a screener. You're a screener too, aren't you, Julie?
right. Pardon?
Aren't you still a screener?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. And I also do the, twice a week, I do the website. So if there are
Oh, okay.
questions, those get forwarded to us as well.
Okay.
I
Now,
track emails.
now I'm not doing this for any other reason other than to let Great Pyrenees Rescue Society give you an idea of how they treat people. How many dogs have you fostered for GPRS, Julie?
Ooh, I think I'm close to 90.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
There's a little bit of insight for you, Tiffany.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
It's a
lot.
wonderful group, a wonderful
Yeah, and
organization.
Julie is, well, let's put it this way. I'd really hate to have Julie mad at me. And the Great
That's the
Pyrenees
nurse
Rescue
part of
Society,
me. That's
yeah,
right.
they're a very, very large rescue. At one time, they had 100 foster homes, right?
Right.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
or actually over 100 because some of them were inactive, taking a break, etc. But at one time, they had over 100 foster homes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
humongous rescue.
Yeah.
And they move
It,
a lot of dogs. They save a lot of dogs.
they do. It's a wonderful group to work with. And everybody's there to help each other. So, that
Yep.
or the alumni page as well,
Yeah.
everybody's there. And
Yeah.
I saw somebody, Heidi, put an application in, and that's a good thing too. If you have a specific dog in mind, and once you do work with your screener, they can help you to look for a smaller size dog.
Yeah. And it doesn't cost anything to apply.
No,
So, and since you already have peer experience, you'll be able to help the screener determine the best dog for you too.
right,
Because these screeners are very, very good at making, creating a good fit for you, picking the right dogs. And then the director of the rescue is probably the best of the best at that. Okay.
right.
And so this is pretty cool. Well, she is so good looking, isn't she?
She's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you go out into the dictionary and look up perfect peer, you'll just see a photograph of Nix with no other description.
Yeah, she's cute.
Wow. So interesting. How does she ride in the car?
Beautifully.
Look, you're
She's
getting
acting like a puppy. I'm sorry,
right,
that looks like a puppy.
right.
She,
She's getting the double peer paw, so
yep.
she's after.
She knows how to
Julie,
ask for
Heidi has
pets.
one more question. Julie or
Okay.
Molly or
How
Debbie.
long are applications valid? Usually they're valid for 6 months, and then they drop off. Or if you become inactive, then they'll drop off. But as long as you're working with the screener, they should be able to help you. If you have any questions, or if there's a question about the validity of your application, like I said, you can reach out to the info@gprs.org, and they can give you information on that as well.
Right. And by the way, Tiffany, Debbie welcomes you to the rescue and thanks you for fostering.
Oh, thank you.
Debbie's up in Washington, and she
Yes.
actually has her dog. She adopted. She's also a screener and a foster, but her
Mhm.
dog is the GPRS calendar cover boy this year.
Woo.
Oh,
So,
wow. Cool.
yeah. So now, so if you want to adopt Nix, you go out to Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. And I didn't realize usually we have QR codes we can put up there in the corner, but without a producer, and I forgot all about that. Because I'm not a very good producer, so we'll just to send you out to Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org and Nix NYX.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Tiffany, thank you for fostering him. And I
Yeah.
see Allison has her video fixed up a little bit. And I'm looking at a dog that's got a tail that reaches from here to the moon. Okay. So, okay, can you stay and stay on the rest of the show with us?
Me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Tiffany, sorry.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I won't take you back down. So, man, if you have to leave, this we'll say goodbye now in case you have to leave ahead of time. But
Oh,
holy
look at
crap,
that
look at that
face.
face!
Yeah.
Wow,
What a cutie.
wow. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's happening with Nick's right here. Now, our next dog coming up, we're gonna have to, if for some silly reason you have her next month, we're gonna have to get you back on, and we'll get Molly or Melanie or me or somebody to create her a really nice promotional video.
Okay.
And you'll be able to see Murphy's here coming up. He has Molly worked on his promotional video. You know, people have day jobs too, so sometimes it can get a little bit difficult. So anyway, next up is a puppy. What kind of show would we have if we didn't have a puppy? You know it. So we'll play his video and we'll bring Allison up. Allison has been on in the past, but I don't remember when. It's been a while. So, but anyway, here's Murphy. This tells a lot. This video does. Wow, a little bit of puppy punk rock there, it sounds like. Wow, but we have us a puppy somewhere.
Hi, Allison.
There we are. Hi, Allison.
Point down with the camera. Here we go. Oh, there we
Did
go.
puppy knock the camera over? Imagine that.
There she is.
All right.
There you go.
There we go. And there's probably the most adorable puppy inside of GPRS right now.
Wow.
Is his tail as long as it looks?
Can you
Uh-oh.
hear?
Are you talking, Allison? We don't hear Allison, do we?
Can't hear. Hi,
All
Allison.
right.
Can
Yeah,
you hear
we don't
us?
hear you, Allison. Let me make sure you're not muted. Nope, you're not muted. All right. Why don't you, a good thing your husband came home, huh? So, yeah, there you go. So now we'll come back here. Um, Usually when we have problems like that, it's in the other side. Like she's got something muted in the phone somewhere along the line. It's not in StreamYard. So while we're waiting on Allison to come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Porsche and Koda. So we're just going to start off because
Okay.
Levi's here for a similar reason. Okay, um, Levi's
Okay.
here to expand on Koda. So I guess I gotta ask,
Mhm.
what's going on here?
There she is. That's her rump. So I just try. Actually, I have to show you too. This is what's left of her box. It's in
And what's
pieces that
what's
she's
that box
hunting
do?
for. That she's hunting. She was hunting for it under that chair when I caught the picture, and so I stuff it with treats or a toy, and she goes after the treats, especially cat treats. She loves those even more. And I wrap it in paper, and then I stuff it inside a little box, and then I put it in here, and it's all with the this Amazon paper stuffing that they use. There she is. Yes, chewing it up. She loves
All
it.
right.
So when the first day I gave it to her, it was stuck on her face because she kind of like didn't know what to do with it. Um,
All right.
Gosh, that was like day 2 or something. And um, so now she aggressively gets into the box. As you can see, it's not even a box anymore. I
All
can't
right.
repair that one. And
Yeah.
and so she loves it. So she knows it's hers. That's part of it, is that she identifies it as hers alone, and she
Perfect.
gets to tear it apart, be aggressive with it, and it stimulates her brain as well.
Okay. All right. We're going to go back and see if we
Brain
can
stim-
hear Allison yet.
okay.
Nope.
No.
We can't hear Allison. So here's what we'll do. We're going to. Can you hear us? Okay. All right. Um, Probably. Okay, here's two common reasons why we can't hear you, Allison. Number one is I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android. Is it an iPhone? Yeah, we can't hear you. Um, is your phone an Android, or is it a tablet or an iPhone? You just shake your head if I. Okay, it's not. It's an Android. Okay, that's not going to go very well. All right, because I can't hear her. So, but usually what happens is either the browser permissions aren't there, or it's muted in your tablet or phone or whatever it is that you got it on, or your laptop. But it's usually muted inside your operating system. Okay. This um, I don't know if I just heard her or if that was somebody else moving. But in the meantime, I got to do something here while we're working on Allison. We have us a couch potato in
There
Wisconsin.
you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, and boy, those spots.
They
Don't
are
worry, I'll keep
cute.
working on it. We'll hear you when you say something. Okay, so we're gonna let you keep looking at that. Because exiting and coming back did not work this time. So that means we got something in your system. Or, okay, there's another thing. Your microphone in the StreamYard settings may be on like earbuds or something like that instead. So check that in your StreamYard
Yeah.
settings. Let's make sure it's on the right mic. And it's good news since she can hear us. So,
Right. Yes.
yeah.
Nix
Boy,
has
look at that.
beautiful markings.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, she does. Yeah. We're going to run in a little bit of overtime today, folks.
Right.
And that's okay. Now, Now,
So
don't forget. Go
I
ahead.
have a question about Porsche. Uh, Steve, was this part of the training that you worked with for helping her dog?
That's how I met her. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
GPRS labels the dogs like this. They're either a cupcake or they're not a cupcake. All right. Koda was not a cupcake, but yet now she is just 30 days later. She's a cupcake. Go ahead, Porsha, if you got something to say.
Well, I mean, we did have one major hurdle is that she was aggressive when she got here due to steroid use. And she was even on a much higher dose during her first week with me, which was a complete mix up. And I mean, I don't know how I held her back. She was so aggressive. She wanted to take down some people and some animals, and she never got away from me. But I'm not that strong, so I don't know how. It was a miracle. So when Steve actually caught it along with me, we worked out titrating her down off of the higher dose of steroids, and that does help her become a cupcake. And
Okay, Allison, say something
also,
because one of your
some of the
sorry, hold on,
methods
Portia.
that,
Hold on, Portia. Okay, say something now, Allison.
yeah.
Okay, I'm talking.
Okay, I need you to turn the speakers off in the second computer that you just signed up in,
Okay.
and we'll just use that microphone.
I am.
Doesn't that suck? She has video on one device and audio on the other device. All right, can you still hear us, Allison?
I can hear you.
All right, okay. All right, Portia, we'll
Yeah.
come back to you. We got to talk about puppy now.
Okay.
Hi, Allison.
Hi, Julie.
Hi, nice to see you.
Let me get this.
So, Mr. Murphy, is his tail as long as it looks?
It is as long as it looks, and
Wow.
it's straight.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's got a long tail and knows how to use it too.
Yeah, he's a bit of a bull in a china shop.
That almost sounds like an understatement. So he's available for adoption because he had a pretty cool video.
yeah,
And he seems to like your older dog.
yeah.
We lost your audio again because your other device signed off.
Ugh.
We'll get this sorted out. You watch.
Okay.
At least we know it's not you personally. You do have a voice, so now we
Right.
know it's a device. There, we're back. Now let me get her back up here with that other device. There we go.
I see that.
What a
All
job.
right.
I know.
Okay, we hear you again. What a pain in the butt, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Technology.
Well, what we'll do is we're going to invite you on again. And in the meantime, we'll get through and we'll fix this, okay? Before
Okay.
we invite you on again. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, what a good looking boy. He sure does look calm for a puppy.
Looks can be deceiving.
Yeah.
He's a very, very sweet dog. He's great. He's got some puppy habits that we're working on. But he's actually very good.
Well, he's 5 months old. And
5 months.
yep, he was born in January, right? January 23rd or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So how long have you had him?
I've only had him, we're going on three weeks.
Okay. And have you seen improvement in that amount of time so far as learning new things?
Yes.
Good or
Absolutely.
so your resident dog has
He
been a
can.
good influence on him?
My female, who is 13, she's a very good mentor, but she's not wanting to play with him.
Well, gee, I wonder why. She's 13
So
years
I
old.
think her age is catching up to her. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then our
so
male
Murphy will
gives her a
need,
good,
you go.
go ahead.
All
Our
right. So
male is 10, and he doesn't play as much as he used to, but he does play with Murphy quite a bit. That helps wear him out.
So he'll probably his perfect home would most likely need another
Uh-oh.
dog there with similar energy levels. Is that a good guess?
Is she froze? I think
I
she's
think she froze.
frozen. Yeah.
At least we've got
Oh,
we're
there she
back.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So his home that he would be adopted to would probably need a dog that's
I'm
got
hearing
similar
you.
energy.
Okay.
All
You can
right.
okay. You can hear us? Okay.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. So he
Okay.
would need a similar energy level for the ideal home for him?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
I do believe that he would do well with a dog. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Has he been around cats? Not yet?
Can you still hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
He has not been around cats.
Okay.
We have a delay. We're definitely going to get Murphy back on. We're going to fix
Yeah.
this in
Sorry,
between.
guys.
That's all right. He
Yeah.
looks like he walks well on a leash. Oops.
All right. We're oh, there we're back. Yeah, Allison, we're going to have to move on with the rest of our show here. This is just taking too long, and we'd like to have you back on the show again on the 12th. Matter of fact, Julie will be back on the 12th.
I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and move on with Koda and Levi, and we're gonna ask you if you're available back on the 12th. We would love to have you back on then. Okay. And we'll get an email sent out to you in case you can't hear us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I don't think she heard us.
I don't know. Molly asked if he was potty trained, but I don't think she
Okay.
heard us. Okay. It might
I
be in
can
his
hear you,
bio.
but it keeps breaking up.
Okay.
Right. Well, we're going to have you on the 12th. We'll get an email. Julie, can you send her an email and invite her on for the 12th?
Yes, and Sydney will help me with that as well. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes, we'll get
Perfect.
it done.
All right, Allison. We'll get this fixed up, and in the meantime, I'll ask them to copy me on your email so I have it, and we'll get this problem fixed between now and the 12th. How's that? We don't have a live show next week
Okay. That
because
sounds good. Yeah, it sounds
okay.
great.
All right. Now we don't have a live show next week because it's 4th of July weekend, and I don't think anybody will be sober. So, anyway. All right.
Okay,
Allison.
that sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to continue on with Porsha and Koda. Now,
Okay.
where is Koda right
Yep.
now? Why can we only see you, Porsha? Oops, where'd we go
I
here?
know. Yeah, she's in front of me. She's over by the door. And
you're
so
on
I
a
was trying to get
laptop,
a
so it's
photo
kind
of
of
her.
hard. Yes, and you're on a laptop,
Yeah,
so it's kind of
it's
hard to
hard
spin it
to.
around.
It kind of is.
Ooh,
And it's an older laptop at that, so I'm trying to keep it stationary.
All right.
Like
Okay.
a photo, I don't know if it'll work or not, of her. One really good photo that I got of her so far, when she was outside in the garden, well with me in the yard, even from the beginning. I don't see it pulling up, but She does really well with me
Okay.
in the yard. But the aggression thing, like from the time that I got her, I reason with her basically. And when it came to the Labradors, the photo of her in the garden is coming up. I reasoned with her, and she was obsessed with the two Labradors across the street from us. And she almost wanted to go through the window to get at them and take them down when she first got here. And now we can walk by that house and she doesn't even look at them. She doesn't even look
That
there. She doesn't address them. She doesn't respond to them when they bark at us, nothing. And one of the things that I said to her was just, I reasoned with her. We were outside one day and we could hear the dogs immediately. And I said, listen, Koda, I said, they sound like seals. I said, they can't even bark right. I said, you have a mighty bark, and they wish they could sound like you. Do you really want to sound like a seal and bark back at them? And she just stopped barking. I don't know why or how it worked, but it sunk in. Like the reasoning in my mind sunk in, and she's like, "Yeah, you're right. They're not even worth it." So we got out of that. She has not barked at them since.
So let me give you my take on that. It sounded like you redirected her back to you, and it worked.
It worked.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So
that it would,
we're
but it
gonna
did.
because okay, here's what I want to cover, Porsha. When you got her, she was really, really aggressive, and so when we figured out the prednisone was too much dosage, you got a hold of
Yes.
Erica at the rescue that she came from, which was Great Pyrenees Rescue Resources, Utah, Montana, and they cut her back on this dosage.
Yes.
Is that correct? And
Yes.
that was almost like flipping a light switch.
It was. I mean, that severe aggression went away. It really went. It cleared up.
Right. Always remember that any kind of a medication you have that you give your dog, they're capable of having a reaction to it. Now, a lot of them don't have reactions, but some of them do. Okay. A lot of them do. So it's about a 50-50 chance. Now, but steroids, the reaction, the one of the big side effects is it creates agitation in dogs. They get agitated quickly. And we believe that's what was going on here with Koda. And
She was chasing things that weren't even there. She was chasing cats that weren't even there. I would try to reason that one out, and I'm like, listen, Koda, that thing is not even back in the bush anymore, even if it had been there, and not
right.
with you around.
So
Yeah,
now since she's an only dog, there was no introductions like that to do. But you have two cats, and
yes.
she wasn't doing well with your two cats in the beginning
No.
until you did what? There was two things you did.
Two things. Well, one was the tapering of the steroids, which really helped. And then I gave the cats their own bedroom that has a door with a glass panel. And that now they have a door gate that's 75 inches tall. And so now they're in this sniffing mode finally, because she's calm and they can look at each other.
Okay.
I go in and I nap with the cats because I'm used to having them all over me. So I go in there, I'll lay down with them. And so she comes up to the gate and she stays there until I come out, and she sees that I'm with them all the time.
But there was something else you did too. You made an association when you went in with the cats, you gave her a job, and that's where the terror part box comes into play, isn't it?
Yes. In fact,
so can you describe that terror part? So describe that terror part box to us.
So I just take out a piece of paper and some of this stuffing from the Amazon boxes, or a bag from the grocery store will work too. It's even better. And I put the cat, the cat treats are golden. So I put the cat treats in there. They're very little, so she has to work harder for them. And I just start rolling that up, and then I'll put some of her treats in there. And then sometimes I'll stuff that inside of a small box, so it's harder to get to. And then I put that into the Amazon box. And so now she literally tears into the box, and she's thrilled to death with that. So she's being occupied, and she knows that she gets what they get. She doesn't feel left out.
And when she tears into the box, there's a reward waiting in there for her too.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. I'm
Yes.
telling you, that looks like a freaking puppy. I don't care who you are. That looks like a puppy.
Fooled
Poor
me.
Nick.
I know.
Poor Nick's.
Can I ask why was she on steroids? Or why is she on steroids?
She had originally she had a reaction to vaccines, and then a month after that, she had a reaction to her spay. And she had been booted from a lot of homes, and I honestly feel like that had so much to do with it. And so I believe in the process that she continued on the steroids, and by the time she got to me, she was still on them. And it's almost half of her life that she was on them. She's maybe around 2, and so it was just horrible for her. Horrible.
Yeah. And it sounds like her dose was inappropriate, way too high.
Yes,
And she should have
definitely
probably
when
been, she
when she
probably
got
should have been weaned off a long time ago once the side effects left.
Well,
Yeah,
she
she
did
should-
have she had a second flare up.
Right.
So they
Oh,
wanted to keep her on a little bit longer. And she's
Mhm.
weaning off now.
yeah.
What's her
She
dosage
is.
now? She down to a half of a pill?
So she's right this week. She just started with 5 milligrams instead of the 20. That
Mhm.
now I listened to the directions on the bottle when she arrived here, and I had her on 30 milligrams the first week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
For
it
her
was
weight, that's an
Yeah.
overdose.
yeah.
For her weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad.
But that's what
So,
was written on the bottle. I mean, she
Yeah.
followed the
Yeah.
instructions.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And the
it's
instructions
normally
were wrong.
a short-term, steroids normally are short-term medications
Mhm.
as well.
Yes.
So
Right.
it just sounds like, somewhere along the way, and I get that she had a secondary reaction, but still, there's other possibilities they could have looked at. But they have a huge mental health effects, as I think Bonnie commented on there too, for humans
Yeah.
as well as animals too. So
Mhm.
it's very understandable why she was feeling like she did.
Right.
I'm really
Now,
grateful to Steve because
Now, let me ask you a question, and then we're going to move on to Levi so we can get some more in-depth explanation. How's she doing with the cats now? Now, they haven't been together yet, but we also have improvement, don't we?
It's not that. I mean, she was trying to get to them. She was trying to take them down too. I mean, she was so aggressive. She was growling and barking at them for at least the first 48 hours, and it was bad. And so now she doesn't care if I go in there. She really doesn't care. She watches me go in and out. It doesn't bother her whatsoever. She has not growled at them since the first 48 hours. She hasn't. And there was one
But
night
she's
I was
still
on the
keeping
phone
them.
and
But she's still keeping them separated from Koda right now, but not isolated.
Yes.
They're separated, but not isolated.
Correct.
So they are aware that each other lives there, correct?
Yes, and the cats actually come straight up to the gate now, and they sniff
Oh, wow.
Koda. Yeah, they do, and Koda's fine about it. And I honestly believe she's more interested in what they're eating than them.
Yeah.
So if I'm going back and forth,
What was my instruction to you when you decided to open that bottom half of that gate was what? Put all
Not
the cat
panic.
food away.
and take the cat food, right? Right? Yes.
All right. Now,
And
just
so-
one last question. There's another significant improvement with the black labs, huh? Across the street.
Oh, she doesn't even. I mean, we just did it this morning. She pays them no mind. They bark and they sound like seals, and I just say, "Oh, the seals are out again." It happens all the time to us, by some coincidence, and she doesn't even look at them.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Now, always remember, Koda did not have the similar personality as what Nick's did. Nick's was just, oh, thank God I'm here. Oh, wow, I get a new friend. Okay, cool. Thank God. That was not Koda. Okay.
No.
and she wanted to eat those two dogs and their owner. Okay,
Yes. Oh,
and
yes.
now we're to the point to where she's not even meeting a stranger anymore. She likes everybody.
She's a social butterfly now. She's a social butterfly. She picks on certain people that she knows are going to pet her, and she corners them. In fact, one lady was sitting down when this happened, and she was sitting on the curb. I was surprised to see the woman, and Koda would not let her be. She's like, "Well, you have to keep petting me." And then the woman finally begged. She said, "Is it okay if I stop petting your dog?" I said, "Of course." And so,
Okay, before we move on to Levi, can you tell us about this harness?
yeah, so that is the what is that called? I'm so sorry. Rough wear.
The rough wear front range.
And she really loves it, honestly, because it gives her so much mobility, freedom, range of. There's a big freedom that comes with it, with her shoulders. When the one she came in was really kind of goofy. She looked like a construction worker in bright orange.
Yeah,
It didn't look
it was
good
one
on
of
her.
those big, bulky, like military style harnesses.
And
But the
she could
problem with
like
that is
condense
that,
herself. She could
right,
pop right out
and
of
she
that
could
thing
get
too.
out of it. She got out of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
many
and
times, many times.
it also hindered her natural movement too.
It
The
did.
rough
It
wear
did.
does not hinder natural movement. Okay.
No, it
So,
doesn't.
but the
It
rough wear is
doesn't.
not for every dog. The rough wear
Right.
isn't the biggest harness around. Okay. And their largest size won't fit 140-pound Great Pyrenees. So
No, she's
that's the
70.
unfortunate part. Yeah. And she's an
70 pounds.
Oshkosh. Yeah.
Right.
So now we're going to move on to Levi,
Yes.
because this is important, because we got and I think Julie can back this up. Rescues, in a lot of cases, they will get a dog returned within 48 hours. Okay. And because, well, many reasons. So Levi's going to touch on this. How do we get the dog to stay in his home past the first 48 hours?
So I think a lot of people assume now that they've got their brand new dog and their brand new dog is must be super jazzed to do everything that their family is wants them to do. They don't give the dog the time to first of all come out of this major transition of their life here and have a moment to kind of find the ground under their feet before they take off running. Half the time, their owners just want to take off running with them, and the dog is like, "But I just got here. What's happening?" Um, and so giving our brand new dogs, whether from a rescue, whether we're babysitting or fostering, a chance to decompress in their living environment first before we take them out to a public outing in the local pet store or to the nearby dog park or on a big old camping trip that this dog is not prepared for. And suddenly we see that the dog is overwhelmed, and then we go, that's a bad dog. Um, and so some people will then go, well, I tried to introduce him to a dog party the first 3 hours I had him, and he tried to eat everybody. And this dog is going through like, a massive state of confusion of just like, well, first I was here and now I'm here, and suddenly I'm surrounded by 5 other dogs, 6 different people, and a cat, and I just don't know what to do with myself. And so then people go, I was told this dog was perfect. I was told this dog was well socialized, and he freaked out because they didn't give him the time to adjust and to kind of
Right.
instead, again, learn the ground under his feet before we walk first.
Absolutely. The biggest thing we run into is we go too fast. And I've had a saying for the last 30 years, go slow, because slow is fast.
Yeah, so, it's a slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, especially with, as we know, our Pyrenees and Pyrenees mixes here very much take life at their own pace and no faster.
Yeah.
And instead,
But
we're
then
either
we
dragging
get
an
dog
anchor.
but then we get dogs like Nick's, and it kind of throws that all out the window for that dog. Not
Sure.
this is just her. This is just her. Okay.
Hmm. Right, and plenty of people go, well, my last dog did this, but my last dog was fine, but my last dog, this is not the last dog. This is the
That's
dog right
right.
here, right now.
Yeah.
We may or may not know what this dog has gone through in the past, But what we do know is that moving forward, we can set them up to succeed and go at their pace and no faster.
Right. And
And
always remember what Tiffany said. She did not expect that out of Nix. That was not the expectation. Okay. And she just got a bonus out of this. Okay. So, but still, Nix is still settling in. A week,
Hmm.
that dog is not restabilized yet. And
Hmm.
she's showing it through all this friendly play, blah, 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 stuff like that. That could be not all play, it could be calming. She's
Hmm.
calming herself through play. Okay. But anyway, we take what we can get. Go ahead, Julie. What was your question?
oh, I was going to say too, I think sometimes people misread signals or how a
Hmm.
dog reacts. I know one time I had one of my fosters, uh, the same, or one of the doctors wanting to return a dog saying, well, she's showing her teeth at my other dog. And it was explained to her, it's like, that's not aggression. It's
That's not
she's
bad.
fair, right? And she was fearful. And sometimes they'll
And she's
lick their
communicating that.
right. And she was like licking her lips and doing that. And it's like she's afraid. She's not being aggressive. And once the new owner understood that, then it's like, okay, let's work on this behavior because
That's
this is
right.
not the
Hmm.
the behavior you're seeing or interpreting.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's very, very
misinterpretation.
important. Yeah, that is extremely important, is their body language. All
Hmm.
right. We have to understand what they're trying to say. Never forget, dogs cannot do anything for no reason. All behavior has a why, including good behavior. So why is the dog doing that? Let's address why. Okay, well, dog's been here 2 days. All right, let's put space between them.
Hmm.
Oh, go ahead, Levi. Sorry, I don't want to
Yeah,
hijack
no,
you.
so just giving our, and like everybody here will decompress for at different rates with different I guess different methods here. And so I like that with Coda. We've got the shred box, which is a great
Mhm.
form of decompression as opposed to somebody saying, "But I wanted to take him to the dog park so he could run it out and play with a bunch of dogs." Did he tell you he wanted to do that? Or once we loaded him up in the car and then we start seeing the wide eyes, the vibrating. Are we sure he wants to go on a drive? Are we sure he
Yeah,
wants to go to Petco and walk around with a bunch of other dogs screaming in his face and people reaching for him and that he doesn't know? Um,
right.
like right now in the place
Roman,
that I work, we get a lot of folks that are, fresh out of like, I just got back from the shelter. Here's my brand new dog. I want him to meet everybody possible. Mm, More than
no.
half the time, the dog is so overwhelmed they do nothing, and then the other half of the time, they're freaking out because they're still on that adrenaline rush from their freedom ride, and then a new human has abducted them and is now shoving them in the faces of other people and other dogs, and they just
And we never
don't know how to
checked
cope.
in to see we never asked the dog how he felt.
Hmm.
Okay, Roman Groffreed here a couple of days ago, he just posted an update on a Great Pyrenees he's working with, and that was what he titled it. That was his first sentence. How did the dog feel about it?
Hmm.
Okay, so we gotta look at this through the dog's eyes also. Okay,
Hmm. And the bio may say, "Oh, this dog is very friendly. He loves company," but then you invite over for a house party, and suddenly he's telling all 20 people, "I don't know you. You better get out of my face." And then somebody goes, "But I thought you said he was friendly." And then the person goes, "The rest of you must have lied to me. I'm giving." And so giving them that chance to meet and learn one thing at a time at their pace again and not ours. And so that our dogs will tell us when they are ready for more.
yeah. Always remember the 8 Great Pyrenees rescues. Well, actually, all the rescues I work with a Newfoundland rescue too, but all of those rescues do not lie about the dogs. They do not do it. So now, instead of blaming something, how about we look into why is the dog doing
Mhm.
this? Okay, does that make sense? But the rescues aren't going to lie to you. Porsha, I think you can back that one up. I think Tiffany may have gotten lied to. They said that dog might have been reactive to something, and she's not. Right? But,
Mhm.
Reactive to the couch.
Well, one of the terms
um,
for Coda, one of the terms for Coda that was used was sweet. She is sweet.
Hmm.
With people out in public, total strangers. She's very sweet and engaging.
Hmm.
But if they
And,
come knock on your door, you've got to
That's a
bark. Got
different
to wake the
story.
day. Yeah,
I think that's another label that can sometimes, unfortunately, set our dogs up for not success yet. Is that, we get the term sweet, and then they go, well, then I want them to meet everybody. And just like with those people, like you as a human may be sweet, but somebody's going to rub you the wrong way or give you the ick, and you're not
that's
going to be
right.
very sweet to them, and then that's not your fault. This, and it's not another person's fault either. But it's okay to not connect. Your dog does not
Yeah,
have to be friends with everybody just because their bio or our experience suggests they are friendly.
right.
Our dogs can
Another
always say no,
label.
thank you.
Yeah, another label that a lot of people use is gentle giant.
Hmm.
Make no mistake. If your visitor comes in and presents himself as inadvertently presents himself as a predator, that's the last thing your dog is going to be, is a gentle giant, and they're not going to believe you from there on out. Okay. Plus, and if you got a wolf as a pet, you're not going to have a gentle giant there either. Right.
All right, and so
Yeah.
tempering our expectations, understanding there is a limit to uh, the verbiage, as well as a limit to our dog's patience here. Just because they may display a trait in one suggestion does not mean they must display it in every single one, or else they are not perfect.
So, what do we do, Levi?
And so,
How do we
part of that
know
is
when the dog? How do we know when the dog's having a hard time?
sure. So, on top of seeing, a bunch of different stress signals from their body language, we may see hesitance, resistance, as in like a physical resistance of like, no, thank you. We may see a dog that hits overstimulation quicker, um, as opposed to being able to cope and take in their surroundings or their new visitor, um, in a way that we may be more familiar with. And if we're seeing a dog go straight to over arousal, or the duck and cower and tremble, or the dogs that start off okay and then go, actually, grr, I don't think you should get closer to me, is them pumping the brakes and telling us we need to slow everything down, or maybe just call it on a good note and call it there.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this: based on what you've seen, what you've heard about Nick's, and what you're
Hmm.
seeing right now, what's your opinion on this after 1 week? Because this
I
dog has
think,
broken all the. It seems she
mhm.
seems to have broken all the rules.
And I
But
think with that
Tiffany,
also comes with her general level of comfort in the environment that Tiffany has set her up to succeed in. The next environment may not be quite the same. She may not click with the other new dogs quite as well, um,
Yeah.
or immediately as Tiffany's experience has been, um, and that we are still seeing her settle in, because we're looking at one day at a time. Uh, and simply 1 week is just not enough to glean their entire personality and their quirks and their likes and dislikes. So as we start to see her get more and more comfortable in her environment, we may or may not see newer behaviors come out or develop. And that's not her suddenly going, well, now that I'm here, I'll just. Hang on.
hey, the show's about dogs. You might hear dogs barking.
That's
Okay,
right.
come on.
Yep, I have two of them. Um, oh, sorry.
By the way, Levi, you're in an apartment too, aren't you?
Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
now we've got Nick's in an apartment. We've got Merlin, and I can't remember their new foster's name. They're in an apartment. We got and now we've got Levi's two dogs in an
Mhm.
apartment.
And we've always been in
So
an apartment, so it's just, always
yeah,
apartment hopping.
right. So for those people, I read all the time, you cannot have a Great Pyrenees in an apartment. Well, how do you explain this?
Right.
I
More
don't know.
often than not, our dogs, if we're offering them another form of stimulation, um, they're okay to be in their environment. They would much rather be with their humans doing their best than pawned off to somebody else who might have a bigger yard.
That's right. That dog is so aggressive on that couch, isn't she?
Mhm.
Super.
Does she even bark, Tiffany?
She will. She at night she actually likes to sleep right by the patio where all those big windows are because she likes
Okay.
to be on
You
guard
do
duty, I
know
guess.
that, they are nocturnal, so they sleep all day and work all night.
Yes, yes. So she will bark at like there's boats that will drive by, so she'll bark at the boats or something that's passing by.
Hmm.
But
Are you
yeah.
that close to Lake Michigan?
Well, this isn't Lake Michigan right outside my
Oh,
apartment. No,
okay. All right. So boats are driving by on a trailer.
no, on the river. I live on a river.
Got it. Okay, I understand a little bit better now. I'll quit asking
Yep.
stupid questions, I promise. No, I won't. I'll always ask stupid questions. All right. So, anyway, there's always one in every crowd, or to put that in different terms, exceptions to the rules. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, because just like Levi said, as time goes by, you'll probably see behaviors emerge that you're not seeing yet. Whether
Hmm.
they're good ones or bad ones, I think that is determined on how you handle, okay, how you
Right, and
handle the dog.
especially here with our newer dogs, and I see it all the time. Um, is that initially your brand new foster or adopted dog or borrowed dog or babysat dog is generally adapting to the new change here, and they're not comfortable enough to show you their insecurities. And so you may
Right,
have a dog that is either more shut down, a dog that is a little more reserved. And so as they build their comfort, then they start showing more of those bigger feelings because they
right.
feel safe enough to do that with you. I think a lot of
Yeah,
folks who are like, oh, well, when we're inside of the vet, we're inside of the groomer, he's perfect. But if we're on a dog walk and he sees one little corgi, it's the end of the world because he
yeah.
feels comfortable with you to show you he is scared.
Well, corgis, there's another else, something else too. How do they walk without legs? Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, but anyway. So, now, that doesn't mean that Nix is going to have behaviors come out. This could be her personality.
Yeah.
This could be an environment that was perfect for her. Okay.
Hmm.
And that means the screeners will, Tiffany will make the screeners aware of that, and they're going to seek that similar environment out. Tiffany is going to learn this dog, and she's going to have the final say on where that dog goes, too. So that's the cool part about this rescue. Yeah. I love that about GPRS and GPRRUM. The foster has the final say. Yeah. You didn't know that one, did you, Tiffany?
No, I did not.
Learn something every day, and I'm not even part of the rescue. So, I mean, that way, if I'm wrong, you just blame me, not the rescue, okay? But anyway, so now, Levi, what about when they come in and you have other dogs in the home?
Sure. And so if we're introducing new dogs, or I'll touch on cats in here just a moment, just because dogs are, of course, a totally different perspective. I generally suggest having them meet on a neutral territory, so not their house, not a yard. And instead of like coming face to face, here you are, let's be friends, is to eventually here meet up on a buddy walk and parallel walk. And so that as the dogs are checking each other out, we're also getting feedback of just like, okay, yeah, yeah, that dog's okay. I might be okay getting a little closer so that we're narrowing our parallel walk to be closer and closer so that as we're
Right.
getting brief invert or like the checking each other out, we're ending on a good note. Let's split up some more. And that if we're seeing both dogs are still consenting to be like, well, wait a minute, what's his deal? I think I want to still say hi, as opposed to dog who goes, that was too much. I don't want to go near that dog
Right.
again.
And
Then
an
we might instead
alternative,
change it from parallel to linear.
right. And an alternative to that is single file,
Hmm.
because they got a sniff, and we don't want them going nose to nose, just like Levi said. What's right below the nose? Their teeth.
Right, right. That's
And
the
now
end
they're
that bites.
focused
And then for a
on,
lot of our
oh,
dogs here,
yeah,
that hard eye contact or hard staring, the orientation of their body may read wrong to a dog that's a little on edge, or this dog who
right.
goes, "You're bringing in another adopted child. I don't want it." And
Yeah,
so we want to work with both of the body languages that both dogs or more are offering us. But the more hands on deck for at least the greeting and then getting into the actual house is important to instead of being outnumbered. And then you've got
yeah,
two dogs you're managing to one person, or two one person or two people to three or four dogs, and then you're all up in the air of just like, well, who do I watch first?
Yeah. And
And
besides,
then,
you know, we
like,
want them to, it's a natural behavior for a dog to run up when there's two dogs off leash in a contained area. It's always got to be a contained area. And if they run up to each other, like say example, dog park, where do they go? They go right to the butt and they sniff butts. You know why? Because dogs know butts don't bite.
and that's of course where they're getting all of their information for the health status, gender intact status, what they've eaten, what they've recently passed. Um, but of
Yeah.
course, that run up, not all dogs are going to appreciate or interpret that correctly. So we want to set these dogs up for success and keep things on a short but good note, and then make our way towards offering more time, and over time, less supervision, less management. But getting that brand new dog in, the buddy walk went well, and then you turn them loose, that's a whole different environment now. And they're going to learn how to, with your human management, how to live in the same space.
Right. And also, like outdoors, you got advantages outdoors because they have more options for escape.
Hmm.
Okay. So, and we're avoiding confined spaces. Always
Hmm.
remember a big cause of dog altercations is invasion of space without consent. Okay.
Yeah.
And we always got to remember that invasion of space without consent. So, I actually did a 3-year long study on that. Yeah. Levi was in that and he didn't even know it.
I didn't.
Oh, no.
And then just that if we're meeting, say, cats, I really like what Porsha has done, and that she's offered her cats a safe spot to always be able to retreat, and that if and when they're ready, they can come to the gate as opposed to they'll figure it out themselves. We don't have to chance anything like that. We don't. The cats were here first. They have a say in this as well, and that they don't have to feel uncomfortable or unsafe in their own home. And
Yeah.
so setting them up to succeed with barriers or keeping um, Koda here, occupied so that Koda can decompress in her own corner and the cats can process Koda being in their house gradually here
Yeah.
over time.
Actually, we stepped up to that because
Mhm.
when Portia would go into the room, Koda would just stay there, focused, right there by the door. Okay,
Okay.
let's give him, let's give her
Mhm.
something else to do while you're in the room. Let's make an
Right.
association of a stimulation
Mhm.
and a good thing. Now you got to remember the terror part box for Koda is doing two things. It's giving her a job and it's letting her de-stress.
Mhm.
It's doing two things at the same time. Okay. And that de-stressing, some of those terror park boxes, the cardboard's just a flying everywhere. That's a
Right.
de-stressing. That's a de-stressing
Yeah.
time. But when she's focused on that second box inside where she knows, oh, I smell something in there, that is a stimulant. That
Mhm.
is the stimulation that turns it into self-rewarding. The most important part about that terror park box is it's self-rewarding
Mhm. And
instead
that
of counter surfing.
Porsche was able to as well here pair her spending time with the cats in the cat room
That's
to
right.
this, novel stimulus, and so that we have Coda going. I can't wait till she goes away to the play with the cat so I can play with this thing, and we
Yeah.
create a
Well,
positive
remember
conditioned
that
emotional
was
response.
that was actually a requirement that I had to meet because Portia dictated that I will spend time with my cats. Okay, here's what we can do to do that then. Okay,
Mhm.
and it's
Right,
been
we're the
working.
humans. What can we change to help them succeed?
That's right. The dogs and cats are very good at working things out on their own, providing it's in a safe environment. Okay. The cats
Mhm.
have to feel safe. The dog has to feel safe because if you look at a cat's paws in the front, they got teeth in there and they know how to use them. So we're
Yeah.
keeping the dog safe too. Okay. And everybody's more comfortable. And now look, at here probably pretty soon she's going to be able to open that bottom gate and then step away. Okay, human emotion change is a trigger for a lot of problems. Okay, and and we don't want that. So we when we open that bottom gate, let the Coda and the two cats sniff each other, which is probably what will happen. They're just going to sniff. She backs away, she oversees it from afar. That way if something happens she can still intervene, but she's not interfering. Does that
And
make
I might
sense?
suggest a drag line or a tagline for that, so we don't have
Oh
to
yeah,
grapple.
have a long leash on Coda, yeah,
Mhm.
that's usually a good idea.
Just so that
But
we can manage.
that was a given from day one, wasn't it, Portia?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's always been it's their house, meaning the cats,
Mm-hmm.
and Koda is coming into their house, and
Mm-hmm.
so I in no way. I mean, I rescued those two cats. I rescued them
Yeah.
separately. One was from a college, and the other, her parents would come to my door and bring her. And so I'm in absolute love with my cats, and I don't want a
Sure.
thing to happen to them. And
Hey, you
so
want to
I do.
keep your cat safe and you want to keep your dog safe.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. They're a big priority. And I do want the best for Coda too. I want that for
Mm-hmm.
her too.
Absolutely. And just so you know, Coda's doing well. And we're going
Yeah.
to
Oh, she
invite
is.
Porsche back on, especially after the cats and the dog start. Uh, I think before as you know it, Coda will be laying upside down on the floor, sound asleep. There'll be cat on her belly and a cat on her chest. I predict that. All right.
And that, that takes as long as it takes. There's no hurry to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's no hurry. And that's what, and Porsche's got a gift a lot of people do not have: patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Patience. So,
Yeah.
but if you look at Coda in the majority of these photos, look what's on her: a harness, a leash. Okay. Look at this
Yeah.
in the majority of these photos. Okay. Even with the tear apart box. Okay. And this is probably one of the most intuitive things you can do right there. Okay. Is keep her to where if something happens, you can, let's go, walk her away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And instead of grabbing the collar, because when you grab the collar of a livestock guardian breed, guess what? You're no longer mom or dad or brother or sister. You just attack the most protected part of an LGD's body when you grab that
Yeah.
collar. And so you got to be prepared to, if there's consequences, to be able to accept them without blaming the dog.
Mm-hmm.
I I
Okay.
would want to add on that point is that she's allowing me, like I can come up to her, hold her head, kiss the top of her head. I can kiss her ears. I mean,
So
I
she's
don't
got
sometimes
lipstick on her forehead, I take it.
I wonder, yeah, if is this good or bad? But she lets me. It
Okay.
doesn't seem to bother her at all.
Well, a good way to do that is try doing it without holding her head. That's how you find out. If she
Oh,
turns her
okay.
head away, yeah, if she turns her head, stop.
Yeah.
That means she's not comfortable with your intentions. Julie, do you have any questions for Levi?
No, I just have one. When people want to do meet and greets and they want to bring their current dog to meet the new dog, how
Mhm.
do you feel about that? I know that for
Yeah.
me it's kind of a dicey thing, but I just want your expert opinion
For
on that.
sure. So I am more in favor of it than not, just so that we don't the amount of people who are like, yeah, my dog hasn't met these, or my new adopted animal has not met these other animals. We're going to go home and find out. I think that really can set the animal up for failure. And so if they're willing to do it on your terms, so if they're like, oh, we're planning to meet here at this place, then I think that's fine if they are also prepared to manage their dog as opposed to, all right, leash goes slack, we let the
Absolutely.
dog run up, and then you're like, I hope it goes well. They must be willing to play by your terms, or else maybe we don't do that.
Look at it
But
this
I,
way.
I don't disagree with
Meet
it
and
as an option.
Okay.
right. Meet and greets are more for the human than it is the dogs, if you look
Mhm.
at it that way. Okay. The
Right.
dogs are picking up a scent. When the new and there's not too much time involved, but then when the new dog, if they do go ahead and take that new dog, now the resident dog has that scent already. But
Mhm.
that's all you're accomplishing. You're not accomplishing anything else because a 20-minute or an hour meet and greet is not enough time for two dogs to like each other or dislike each other. They're going to be familiar with the scent. So meet and greets are more for the humans than they are the dogs. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that can be the case for many, or so, yeah, for some situations where they just want to know, is this going to work out? Is my dog in particular going to take to this new dog we are considering? And I think
Right.
that's all well and good for their own self-assurance, just so
Yeah.
that they don't just go in blind and go, all right, unclip the leash. I hope you guys like each other. Bye. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so again, as
Or if
long as
you
they're
take
willing
the
to play
dog
by your
to,
terms, I'm not
yeah.
opposed to it.
Yeah, and if you take a dog to a meet and greet and they want to try to, one of them wants to try to eat the other one from 30 feet apart, end it. End the meet and greet. You don't have to force anything. All
Mhm.
right. But it
And the thing
doesn't
is,
mean that dog is trying to eat the new dog is a bad dog. That
Mhm.
just means we've got a handler that's missing something here. This isn't on the
Correct.
dog. Okay.
And if
So
nothing
always
else,
remember
then
that.
at least we're not, sending the dog away. Okay, I hope the meeting goes well at your house, and then they call you 2, 3 hours later, 36 hours later, and go, "It went terrible. Take him back."
Yeah. So I do support meet and greets too, but just like
Okay.
Levi said, it can
Mhm.
certainly go bad.
Right. Right.
But
And
so we
like
got
you
to
said,
pay attention.
it's all about introductions and how you do it slowly. And
Yep.
Mhm.
like you
Yep.
said, the majority of failures are not following the advice of the rescue.
Right.
Right.
Think about this for a second. By nature, by breed, Great Pyrenees do well with other dogs, especially Great Pyrenees. How do I
Mhm.
know this? Well, for thousands of years, they work in the fields together. They're not killing each other in the fields. They wouldn't be a breed today if it's been going on that long. So they are known to get along with each other. Absolutely. Now, if a dog presents themselves as a predator, they're going to be treated like a predator. If a human presents themselves as a predator, they're going to be treated like a predator by the livestock guardian breed. Okay. And it's as simple as that. The Great Pyrenees, I will say, are probably more forgiving than some of the other breeds. If you uh, present yourself as a predator, they're probably the most forgiving of the LGDs. Akbash, don't present yourself as a predator to an Akbash. You're not going to like the outcome, and you'll probably blame the dog. Then, all right, we got to stop blaming the dog. We got to start paying attention. Okay, pay attention to what the dog is trying to tell us. Body signals. If a dog closes his mouth and got his ears pinned back and he's postured, looks like a statue, don't approach the dog. All right. What do you think, Levi?
No, that sounds all good to me.
Levi and I love to have chats like this because it expands our knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. It does. The day we stop learning, days we may as well curl up in a corner.
Yeah.
I've been doing it
Any
with this breed for 41 years and I'm just a rookie.
any other questions here? Anything to wrap us up here?
I'm looking at,
I don't see anything on I
no.
just now noticed private messages from a long time ago.
Yeah, those are older.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Tiffany, if you're back watching again, I missed that private message. So, but Levi did respond.
Yeah.
So, anyway, all right, everybody. Boy, you talk about overtime, but you know what? This isn't unusual for the show. Okay. We go as long as necessary. That's all. That's all. When I saw Tiffany leave, I didn't know if we bored her to death, but her phone was dying. I was having a session with a client the other night, and both dogs started falling asleep. I mean, these two dogs fell asleep with each other. And I said, "Am I that boring?" Well, the sad part, she said yes. So anyway,
That's okay.
all right, everybody, let's get this back to normal.
Okay.
Porsha, thanks you very, very much. We do want you to have you back on again with Levi.
Okay.
I want you and Levi to come on the show, so when we talk about what happens there, Levi can expand on it.
Mhm.
He's
Okay.
very, very good at that, connecting and communicating. I suck at it, as you can see. You can't shut me up. So, Julie, we'll see you
Always
again
good.
on the 12th.
Yeah,
We'll
in
see you
a
again
couple
on the
weeks.
12th.
Everybody have
Yeah,
a safe 4th.
yeah, and we're not going to have a live show. We'll do a replay, maybe this one. This one's awful long. And then after the 12th, we'll be back at GPRS headquarters with Molly. How about that? I think that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Right.
Yeah. And it's always fun going GPRS headquarters. I always love going there. So it's a good place. All right. All right, everybody.
All right.
We're gonna end this. And Levi says, about time I gotta go pee. So bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.